Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of BTD6. So let's continue with the new map Encrypted. Right now I'm gonna show you Chimps, and I'm gonna show you a strategy to achieve the black border. So a strategy that's gonna minimize RNG. It's pretty simple. You're gonna just need to have Obin and to follow what I'm gonna do. I was able to get the black border on the very first try that I had on this map, and that was because Improbable without monkey knowledge really already set me up for Chimps. And actually Chimps is easier than Improbable because everything costs less. So Chimps is like exactly like Improbable, but the only cool thing is that everything costs less. Of course you cannot have farms, so you cannot increase the amount of cash you get, so that's the only thing that's gonna make the late game of Chimps slightly more difficult than Improbable. But despite that, if you have a very solid strategy, you should be able to beat it right away. So as you can see here, I'm using the same start as an Improbable, so attack shooter closest to the top in the center, so same distance from like left and right. Just getting it 101 for round 6, then 102, and then 202. And you can destroy everything very easily. And then next is gonna be placing Obin as soon as you have enough cash. That should be at the end of round 11. And yeah, I haven't seen anyone on YouTube using this start, but I think like it's so good that I don't know why people are not using it. Like it's so easy as well to use. Like you just need to place attack shooter and then upgrade it, and then that's it. So that's Obin in round 11. And remember to set him to strong targeting. And yeah, once again, exactly as I did on Improbable, I'm gonna remove this bottom right obstacle so that I can place military towers, and there is water right here. So I'm gonna place a sap, and so sap closest to the top right, all right here. And then I'm gonna upgrade this sub 001, then 002. Remember to use Brambos around 15. When the pinks come out, just drop them down. And then also you should have enough damage to survive all these rounds. Just remember that for round 24, for the first camo balloon, that you need brambles. So remember to save up brambles for round 24. And then also for round 33, you should have you should keep brambles. Right, so here we go. That's Herbo starts, so 002 sub. And now I'm gonna do something different. So I'm not gonna go with the top path of the attack shooter because it's pretty expensive and it's not as reliable as the bottom path. So I'm gonna get right here attack sprayer, and yeah, there's gonna be even more attacks, then more attack speed, and then you're gonna have attack zone. So right here on 24, dropping brambles. It doesn't matter where it's dropped because you're gonna eventually pop the green camo anyway. So I'm gonna get right here the sub 202, why not? But yeah, you cannot really attack such a much larger portion really of the map. So I'm gonna get it now 302, and then next is 402. So I'm gonna get it before round 40. I'm gonna get this sub 402, and that's gonna help me because then I can keep the sub unsubmerged. I'm gonna be able to damage the balloons from outside, and yeah, the actual damage that you do is quite nice. Lab Bloons not a problem. Obin can pop LEDs, so that's already fine. Very likely I'm gonna just drop Rumbles here around 31 just in case. And yeah, I should be able to get now this up 402, and now I'm gonna just submerge it, and I'm gonna leave it submerged until round 40, because like 202 subs do more damage to mob class Bloons when they are submerged. So when they are in first, so when they are not submerged. So that's why I'm gonna just change that thing. Now Alchemist closest to the bottom right here. As always, you need to remove the top left obstacle to place magic towers. So right here should be good. All right, strong. And yeah, just get it 300 whenever you have enough cash. Here we go. And next I'm gonna get now this attack shooter that should be the one receiving the brew. I'm gonna get it to 04 for as well round 40. And yeah, round 40 will require no RNG, so even if you have Brambles or the Totem in the wrong spot, it will not matter. So right now with the submerged, I'm able to pop purples and I'm able to pop Lab Bloons as well. So that's very nice. All right, here we go. Just remember what I said before, that in order to do maximum damage to the mob, you want to have the sub in first and not submerged. So sub first, then Brambles. It doesn't matter where it's placed. And yeah, here we go. So that's around 40. You can see you do a ton of damage to the mob, so no worries. And then remember to now submerge the sub once again after round 40 ends. That's gonna be Alchemist 400. Now I should give a stronger brew to the attack shooter and also to Obin. And actually now, instead of just trying to save up right away for the tag zone, I'm gonna very simply just drop right here, closest to the bottom right, a wizard, but in this case it's gonna be a 301 wizard. So a wizard that has more range, more attack speed, more damage. Not with camo detection yet, because you don't really need camo detection. You have the sub here that's gonna remove, it's gonna pop camos, and it's gonna also remove camo, so you don't need camo right away. And now this wizard should be buffed by the alchemist right now, so the alchemist should prioritize wizard and the attack shooter, and it's gonna help you to do that extra damage in all these rounds to be more sure that even if you don't use Brambles, you should survive. So yeah, that's why I'm placing the wizard. So it's very nice range. It's very hard to see the range here because it's the same color as the background, but yeah, it's quite large, so you can attack the Bloons up here, in when you get the blue buff, even a little more towards the right side. And yeah, so it's a very nice tower, and it's a lot better to have the alchemist buff it instead of buffing Obin, that instead has a much smaller range. It's gonna only be able to damage the Bloons when they reach inside. So yeah, that's the reason behind. So we're already around 50. Don't worry if you see these map class Bloons approaching the center of the map, because you have right here a 204 attack shooter that deals a ton of damage. So when the Bloons like reach this portion right here, they receive so much damage that yeah, you're gonna be able to destroy everything eventually. So right here you can see that I'm not really worried anymore about placing the sub in first when there are some mob class balloons. I'm just keeping it submerged because I have already enough damage with other towers to pop the balloons anyway. So I don't need any more to switch the sub between submerge and first when there are some mob class balloons. And yeah, that's also more relaxing. Right, so tax zone is 25.9 thousand cash. So you should be able to afford it for like round 57 58, definitely before the BFB round. And now Obin is also level 10. You can use wall of trees if you want to, but as you're gonna see, it's not gonna be needed. So and remember also that if you place down wall of trees, you get some balloons inside of it, but then the wall of trees explodes like a couple of rounds later. You actually lose cash. So yeah, that's why I recommend you not to use it. And here we go, that's already tag zone for round 56 before round 56 ends. So now that's a lot more of range inside for the tag shooter, and of course more damage, more tags, more damage. So now with this tag zone, round 63 becomes very easy, and also destroying map class balloons and ceramics overall becomes easy. Next is getting now this wizard 402. I think I'm gonna get camo detection right away. And afterwards, so after you get the wizard 402, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save up for a permabrew. I know it sounds crazy, but this defense actually holds until like round 80, 87, something like that. So it's very, very powerful. And I've seen the fact that if you get Arcane Spike and then you get an Archmage, because these walls are gonna block the flame attack, so Dragon's Breath from the Archmage, you actually don't gain a lot more damage when you get the 5th upgrade in the top path. So it's a lot better instead to get the permabrew. So in that way, tag zone becomes a lot stronger, the wizard itself becomes stronger, Obin also gets the buff, the sub gets the buff, and all the other towers that later on I'm gonna place around here are all gonna be stronger. So yeah, I've seen that it works better. It works better getting permabrew and not getting Archmage. So we're already around 63 here, and you're gonna see, well, yeah, how easy it is. When the ceramics approach tag zone, they're gonna be destroyed super quickly. And on top of that, now I also have Arcane Spike, so that's more damage to ceramics, more attack speed, more damage to map class balloons. Right, so that's 402, and that's it. So from now on, I'm gonna save up for permabrew. And that's the reason also why I'm not getting extra attack speed. So I have 401 Alchemist, because anyway I'm gonna get the permabrew, so I'm gonna be able to permabuff every tower around the Alchemist, so there is no need to increase the attack speed. And yeah, if I remember correctly, I should be able to afford permabrew for like around 86 or 87, something like that. It costs quite a lot. It costs 64.8 thousand, so that's a lot of cash. But you're gonna see that you can defend very well with this setup. Actually, I may get the Alchemist anyway, 401, just because of the fact that I need to survive until I can get permabrew. And certain rounds are gonna be, I don't want to say that you're gonna risk of losing, because there isn't the risk of losing, but you're gonna end up like destroying the last balloons right before they like exit from your main defenses, so it can be quite scary. And therefore that's why I think anyway I'm gonna get faster throwing here. just to make sure that I give the brew fast enough to make Dark Zone and this wizard as strong as possible. It's gonna be just 700, so it shouldn't really change that much in like considering 64.8 thousand. And yeah, now you just wait. Obin is gonna level up, so it's gonna get stronger and stronger. I've already tried this strategy, as I said before, and I remember that like I started using Brambles only like for round 84 on, like in round 84, maybe around 85, I started dropping Brambles whenever they were ready. But until then, you don't even need Brambles or Wall of Trees. I think I've never used Wall of Trees. So yeah, it's gonna be a strategy where you're not gonna really need a lot of abilities. We're gonna just need them in the early game, and then just for round 40, of course, for the Moab, and then depending on the round. So until the late game, I think I will not use any Brambles. And now if you are worried about DDTs, you should not worry. First of all, because Dark Zone and the Archmage, the Arcane Spike Wizard can already pop DDTs. So they don't even need the Alchemist buff to be able to damage DDTs. Of course, Dark Zone needs something to remove the camo from DDTs, and that's why I have the sub. So with the sub removing camo from DDTs, then the Dark Zone can attack them without any problem. Arcane Spike also is the same, but also I have camo detection right away for the Arcane Spike, so I can already damage camo Bloons with it. And not only that, but also for round 90 I should have the Permabrew already, so that's gonna be even more damage to DDTs, to map class Bloons in general, to ceramics, and yeah, so that's why DDTs are not gonna be a problem with this strategy. So already around 78, no trouble. Here you can see the purple Bloons blocking and destroying a lot of projectiles from the Arcane Spike, but other than that, it's pretty easy. The ceramic rushes also. I'm keeping everything on first, other than Obin, and I think the Alchemist. Like the Wizard is in first. Well, you don't even have targeting with the attack shooter, and the sub is in submerged. So you could try, if you feel like it's gonna be more efficient, you can try to change the Arcane Spike to strong, so in that way you focus first like map class Bloons. But I think that in first works perfectly, so yeah, I'm gonna just keep it on first. So my god, here you can see for how long the Arcane Spike can actually attack it. It's quite slow, but this is gonna be a very good thing later on, because if Zomagat would be any faster, you wouldn't be able to survive until you can afford the Permabrew. So it's a good thing that Zomagats are so slow. So around 81, now ceramics have more HP, but you can see that I'm still being able to destroy everything quite efficiently. Obin is level, let's see, 15, now 16, so now brown balls can pop 500 Bloons, and you can damage all Bloon types. So that means that now you can even pop LEDs with brambles. So the only towers that can attack outside right now are the wizard, Obin, and well, the sub. Tag zone can attack only inside the building. You can see all these rounds I'm not even slowing down, I'm not using anything because it's very reliable, and yeah, so no worries. Round 84, a lot of balloons. It may seem that there are too many, but you can destroy them all. Especially here as the mobs can keep coming out, and then you also have BFBs to deal with. It seems that you have too many balloons at once. See here how many mobs are coming up. But then you can see how much work Tag Zone is doing, and then you clean up everything very nicely. So here on 85 there are two Domegads, and it goes exactly as round 80, so there isn't much difference here. The ceramics are stronger, that's the only difference, but you can see that when the wizard is attacking one Domegad, sometimes the projectiles are bouncing and are damaging also the other Domegad, so you're not wasting any projectiles. You can see here how they're turning in the air. So yeah, you're damaging both Domegads at the same time. And yeah, that makes this round, also round 87, it's very similar. And it happens the same. So just 2,000 cash short for Permabrew. So as I said before, should be able to afford it in round 87. 45 ceramics, you can see it can be a little scary. You could see those last ceramics like being popped right here, like before they were out. But yeah, I'm very confident on the power of this strategy. And yeah, here, I don't know, you can place brambles if you want to. I'm not doing it, but if you want, you can drop some brambles to be sure that you do some extra damage as well. So here I'm gonna go slow. You can see that there are a lot of balloons approaching here the top side, but they're gonna all be destroyed like before they even pass this turn, and that's already permabrew. So I'm gonna just get it right now. It's gonna start giving the perma buffs to the towers around it. And yeah, now Tag Zone is a lot stronger. The wizard is a lot stronger. Obin is a lot stronger. So yeah, that makes now the last couple of rounds easier. Of course, you're gonna need still some towers and some defenses to be 100% sure you can survive, but yeah, it's gonna be easier. So I'm gonna get here a Moa Press. Right, here we go. I still think that cross path in the middle, going with more attack speed, is best because you just proc the knockback effect more often. And then let's also get here a glue gunner. I want to try to place this glue gunner as far away as I can, but still in range of the permabrew, so it gets buffed. So right here should be good. Right, strong. 0 to 3 glue gunner. See now here DDTs, and when they come towards the center, they're destroyed very quickly by Tag Zone. So I'm gonna get some support towers, as I said before. So map blue right here, a Moa Press, and now I'm gonna show you what's gonna be the very last tower that I'm gonna get. Is gonna be a Spike Factory right here. Unfortunately, you can't place two Spike Factories. You can place just one. So there isn't enough room to place two. Even if you place this one like very close towards the bottom, still you cannot place two, so that's very sad. So I'm gonna place it as far away as possible here in the corner, top right corner, and I'm gonna get here 240 spike factory. So I'm gonna have the activated ability that I'm gonna be able to use for the harder rounds, and also is in range of the perma blue, so it's receiving the perma buff. So you don't even need like to get the second upgrade in the top path. You don't even need to get it. You're gonna already be able to damage the DDs. I don't remember though if this upgrade is gonna also do more damage to, is gonna add more damage. I don't remember. And yeah, you can see that despite your best efforts, you cannot place another tuck shooter, another spike factory, sorry. Right now, because I don't remember if you actually gain more damage or not with this second upgrade, I'm gonna get it anyway. But I'm not getting it because I need to pop DDTs or lead balloons, because I already have the perma buff. I just want to place it so that if it deals more damage, then it's gonna help me out. You can see around 95, you don't need to use anything. You don't even need to use the ability. And then right here I should have enough room to place an engineer, also buffed by the perma buff, perma blue, and then I'm gonna get a 040 engineer. So I'm gonna have overclock, and I'm gonna use overclock for around 98, possibly, yeah, around 98 and 90 and 100. I think there's only 2 rounds where you need to, where some extra attack speed is gonna be nice. Around 97 here, I'm gonna use a Spike Storm right at the beginning of the round. These two gods are gonna take a lot of time until they get inside the building, so until they're damaged by the tag zone. So you can use Spike Storm twice, so you can already do a little bit of damage to these fortified Zomegods, and yeah, and you can have it ready also for round 98. So here I'm gonna go slow because I want to get this upgrade possibly before the round ends, or as the round ends. Here we go. So that's overclock. So I'm gonna use Spike Storm right at the beginning of round 98, and I'm gonna use here overclock on the wizard, because right now most of mob class Bloons are outside the building. So like giving overclock to tag zone is not gonna really increase that much damage. Instead, giving it to the wizard is gonna, we're gonna do a lot more damage to the Zomegods outside. Also here you can use Brambles if you want to, and then also using Spike Storm as soon as it's ready again. And yeah, so that should be around 98, because here for the very last portion around 98 you're gonna use now overclock, but on the tag zone. So yeah, as soon as these BFPs reach the top side, so right now use overclock on the tag zone, so you make sure that now all these Bloons are going to be receiving maximum damage. And yeah, here we go. Round 98 works very, very easily. 99 here, I'm going to use also, let's say, Spike Storm when these fortified DDTs are on top of the Spike Factory. Then run 100, I'm gonna stack some Brambles, and then I'm gonna also use again overclock on the wizard because it's attacking the BAD outside. Should be up again for the tag zone when the BAD enters inside the pit. So Spike Storm, Brambles, and yeah, you just wanna spam these abilities as soon as they're ready. And then here, as soon as tag zone starts attacking, I'm gonna use overclock on it. Here we go. And yeah, that's already be popping. I'm going to use Spike Storm once again, and that's it. So that's Chimps Black Border. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.